Of the men who succeeded Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United, only one can be said to have met his target, and that man is David Moyes. United budget to reach the quarter-finals of the Champions League, and that is a stage only Moyes has reached. Neither Jose Mourinho nor Louis van Gaal has come close. Old Trafford has become a theatre of very thin dreams. The only justification for the kind of football Mourinho offers Manchester United are the results, and the results have been ordinary, and this was not an ordinary result, it was a disastrous one. For all their failures on the European stage, the last time Manchester United lost a European tie at Old Trafford was 5 years ago. The man who beat them was Mourinho. Real Madrid's victory in March 2013 was part of a worrying pattern. United were starting to lose to the first decent side they met in the knockout stages. Now they are losing to teams like Sevilla, who, by the standards of the Champions League, are ordinary. Sterile. It's all gone wrong at Old Trafford. Wissam Ben Yedder has a second with David De Gea left scrambling. pic.twitter.com/opie1q6dpf. Football on BT Sport, at BT Sport Football. March 13, 2018. 10 years ago, Manchester United went to Spain and secured a goalless draw against Barcelona and reached the Champions League final with a fabulously struck goal from Paul Scholes, who was in the BT commentary box at Old Trafford, increasingly bewildered by Mourinho's tactics against a side that was not spearheaded by Lionel Messi. The only justification for the sterile goalless draw Manchester United had ground out in Andalusia would have been victory at Old Trafford. Goalless draws are inherently dangerous. In 1998, a much better Manchester United side than this one held Monaco to a 0-0 draw and paid the price. Mourinho acknowledged as much before kick-off when he raised the possibility of his players having to watch the quarter-finals on television. They will see some better football than they would have done had United been involved. Stodgy Manchester United, as Scholes suggested, were undone by their manager's perversity. His faith in Marouane Fellaini's ability to turn a game was rewarded with one fierce first-half shot and a standing ovation when he was replaced by Paul Pogba. In Pogba's absence, a holding midfield of Fellaini and Nemanja Matic proved too stodgy and cumbersome to provide any kind of real support to a front four that promised far more than they delivered. On Saturday in this same stadium, Mourinho oversaw the victory that in the red half of Manchester they crave above all others. Marcus Rashford scored twice against Liverpool playing on the left. Last night he began on the right. Frank de Boer may have been the worst manager in the history of the Premier League. He may have had a few tortured months at Internazionale, a club Mourinho led to a treble, but he was right when he remarked that Rashford needed someone other than Mourinho to be his manager. De Boer was right. Rashford is a young, desperately talented footballer who grew up in the streets of Northern Moor, an area of Manchester where the local Nisa appears like Harrods. He is loved because to so many United fans he is one of us. He made his debut under Louis van Gaal in a Europa League game against Midtjylland, an ordinary side from a bleak part of Denmark. They had humiliated Manchester United. Now Rashford scored twice, United hit 5. The next match saw him put 2 past Arsenal. He has scored twice against Manchester City, against Liverpool, against Chelsea. He is of far more value to Manchester United than the isolated, out-of-touch figure of Alexis Sanchez, who was played where Rashford should have begun, through the middle, behind Romelu Lukaku. As it was, Rashford provided the only spark, the only electricity in a team whose lights have gone out.